What's up, guys? I'm comic book writer Mark Polton. Joining me is my best friend Sean Aaron, and this is the second episode of Dudecast, a Michael Dudikoff podcast. This week we're reviewing Platoon Leader from Cannon Films. Sean, man, how have you been?
I'm doing great. I feel like it's been forever since I've heard or seen you. How you been?
I've been pretty good, man. Since we last spoke, I went for a bike ride. For those that don't know, I injured my ankle last week, but I'm feeling good. Got up early to take care of my dogs, and it wasn't even 6 a.m., so I took a ride around town. And then I've spent the rest of the day just getting some Indiegogo campaigns ready, just doing the artwork, the thumbnail artwork for the rewards. Sounds boring, but it's really important for a campaign. And washing some cars.
Nice.
What have you been up to, Sean?
Pretty much same thing as we've been going over from Best Friend Show, working on Type 1.
Yeah.
Going through some old art, old finds of mine from years past, and just kind of of other artists, I should say. You know, stuff like Rob Liefeld, Joe Piquetez. I found that poster of Arachnus from that famous
Oh, nice.
roll at. So I got that signed by the brothers. Just finding some good gems.
Yeah.
A good Saturday. I'm on my third cup of coffee, and I'm ready to go. I'm excited. I can't wait. This might be the date of the century.
So last week we talked about the definitive Michael Dudikoff movie, American Ninja, which we both loved. This week we're talking Platoon Leader, and before we get in what we thought, I'm going to give you some facts about Platoon Leader. The late 80s was like big on Viet Nam movies. There was Platoon, Full Metal Jacket, Casualties of War, Rambo, tons of movies. This was Cannon Films' foray into doing a Viet Nam movie. Originally, it was going to be called Nam, but then after the success of Platoon, they decided to go with the name Platoon Leader. It's actually based off a book that is the memoirs of a Vietnam vet. And I think they ran the disclaimer I don't think in the movie, but I think in the trailer they said based on a true story.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, the movie's directed by Aaron Norris, who is the little brother of Chuck Norris. This is the I believe it's the only movie he's ever directed that didn't star his brother. Aaron served in the military, was in Vietnam. He and Chuck had a brother. I believe his name was Wyland. He died in Vietnam. So I don't think saying like the missing in action movies were very important to Chuck and his brother, to get the message about the veterans out there having lost their brother in Vietnam. The movie was released in October 1988, made a little over $1 million at the box office. That doesn't seem like a lot, but back in 1988, that wasn't a bad number. So this isn't like your typical Michael Dudikoff movie. It's not like an action movie. It's more of a drama. Before I give my opinion on it, what was yours?
I thought it was horrible.
Oh my gosh.
I was laughing at most of the parts. Like, I think maybe about like 30 to 40 minutes in, they're by like this like lake or river or waterfall, and like explosions go off, and the one guy gets blown off into like the water. And the first thing that came to mind was Goofy going, yeah. I thought it was, oh my, they're like, I really had to twist my nut to finish this movie.
Wow.
I wanted to push stop like a bunch of times because I'm like, this is horrible. Like, I don't know. I just didn't like it. I thought it was boring.
Wow. I really enjoyed it. It's not my it's not one of my favorite Dudikoff movies, but I like it, I guess, because it's different. Um, I don't know, and I like the message of it. It's like proving your worth, earning people's respect. The story's about Jeff Knight, which is another the last name Knight. That's how I came up with the character Joe Knight for U.S. Assassin. I took Joe Armstrong, Jeff Knight, mixed it together, got Joe Knight for my main character in my graphic novel. But Jeff Knight is straight out of West Point. He is assigned to be the platoon leader of a group that is in Viet Nam. They're like guarding a U.S. outpost, and it's just him, like the horrors of war, trying to like win over his men, earn their respect. He's a new guy, and he's not like a military guy. He's more of a college boy coming from West Point. So they don't really respect him or feel like he's like earned anything with them, and they give him a hard time. Most notably is Michael DiLorenzo from New York Undercover.
Yep.
Yeah. And I just thought that the opening scene of one of the opening scenes where Dudikoff's in a helicopter flying towards his new station, and he's in the helicopter with another soldier, and he was like, "What's it like?" And the guy, it's like real dark, but with a red lighting effect, and the guy's like, "It's good. Wake up, eat, go out, kill some of them. They kill some of you. Come back, eat, sleep, do it all over again. It's good."
Dangerous.
But I mean, that
one
scene.
Part where one of the guys died at the end, or towards the end, and one of the dudes is like, "He's dead, Sarge." I'm like, "No shit, he fucking have blown the shit. Like he's all bloody, his guts everywhere. What do you think? He had a fucking diabetic seizure? Like, Jesus Christ, I would laugh my ass off.
But but that opening scene, it's like almost like a horror vibe to it, and there's like the scene you're talking about too. There's like a lot of deaths, and like, I mean, it's a Viet Nam movie and it's a drama, but it has that Cannon Films action, like when their base is invaded. All of a sudden, all these helicopters, the whole movie, they talk about how they're undermanned and they need more troops. And then all of a sudden, when they're invaded, all these helicopters show up and they're firing missiles and there's explosions everywhere. Speaking of another death, when Michael DiLorenzo's character, he ODs, and
Like the enemy got him, and they just start blasting him.
yeah, so they didn't want him to be discussed. They didn't want the official report to say that he was a junkie and he OD'd. So the sergeant shot shot Michael DiLorenzo like a bunch of times with his machine gun, and then afterwards, Michael DiLorenzo's buddy like runs up to the body and says, "Wake up, wake up." And I was like, "Oh, you should have tried to wake him up before your sergeant shot him."
I guess that wasn't covered in basic boot camp.
But I really like it. It's different. You know what would have been cool though, if they had went like the action film route with this, and almost like Missing in Action, where Dudikoff was like a one-man wrecking ball, like going through Vietnam and saving his, maybe if we could rewrite this for a second, if his platoon got captured and he felt responsible for it, and it's up to him to rescue them. And then he could have like went through the jungle, beating people up with his martial arts and shooting people up. That would have been awesome. And that's kind of like what the movie poster looks like. The Platoon Leader movie poster is one of my all-time favorite movie posters. It's a painting of Dudikoff, but the person who painted him made him like jacked, unbelievably jacked. Like he has huge veins popping out of his biceps. His biceps are like bigger than his head. I think they used that poster in like the German release because I have a copy of the one sheet and it's all like German writing on it. And then for like the U.S. release, they used an actual photo of Dudikoff. But man, that German poster, that's like the action movie version of of the movie. I think you would enjoy more, where he's like a one-man army killing the Viet Cong.
Is that where you got the inspiration for the U.S. assassin?
Oh yeah. I homaged it for for our trading card.
Oh yeah, for a trading card as well.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think the dude was ever that buck, but it looked cool.
So I don't know. I mean, what do you think? What could have been better?
Don't get me started.
No, please do start. What could be better for you?
A whole rewrite, a whole editing.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, like, it pained me to watch this movie. Like, I wanted to look at my phone most of the time. Like, I was laughing when people were, I know it's sad and it's based in Viet Nam, but you know, this isn't real because it's a movie. I was laughing when people getting shot, just the filming. There was that one guy from like the stereotypical like New Yorker. He's like, I'm here, you know, like
Oh, Greaser?
Yeah. I wanted him to get blown up. He might have been. I wasn't paying attention at that point.
Oh, that's a scene. That's a scene we can talk about. So, like, at a point where Dudikoff's character is starting to get comfortable and starting to earn the respect of some of the guys, they get some new recruits for the platoon because they're losing guys left and right as this movie goes on. So they get 3 new recruits, and you know, 2 of them are standing at attention, and then the third guy, he's just like looking off in the distance, not paying attention. And Dudikoff's character was like, soldier, what's your name? And he was like, you can call me the Greaser. and he was, Michael Dudikoff's character was like, what? And the guy was like, yeah, I'm here to grease them. I'm from New York. I'm here to kill the Vietnamese and this and that. And he's like talking all this crap. So I immediately think, oh, this guy's going to get killed the first day out. And Dudikoff sends him to his barracks to unpack and says, you're on duty with this other guy. So they go out and they're sweeping for mines and they find one. And the guy was like, Greaser, come here. And he was like, keep this button pushed down. If not, it's going to blow up. And Greaser's all nervous, sweating bullets. And the guy's like, you know what? Deactivating these always makes me real nervous. I gotta go take a leak. I'll be right back. and he wanders off, and he leaves Greaser there, keeping the button on the mine pushed down. And he returns like minutes later, and he goes, oh, okay, I'm ready now. And he just snips a wire, and he was like, did you watch that? Good, because you're doing the next one. And then one of the guys, everyone like leaves, and Greaser's like trying to pull himself together, and one guy was like, get your shit together, man. But yeah, I don't know. I guess like moments that you hated, I just thought were good. But
I loved it when it said the ending credits. I was like, thank you, Jesus.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't know. I think this is our first ever debate.
Yeah.
Of something that you loved and I didn't like. I was just like, oh my.
I did notice.
I see him as a ninja. Like, I just
yeah.
want to be a ninja 24/7.
You want him to see you want him to be an action hero and not a dramatic lead. Yeah.
This is whole opposite.
So I noticed a mistake. I don't know if you remember the scene where the women from the village were all walking past the one soldier, and he's trying to like strike up a conversation with him. He's joking, and then the one girl walks by who's missing her arm because she lost her arm in an attack. And Michael Dudikoff comes over to talk to the guy, but if you can look in the right corner, the boom mic is hanging right into the scene.
No, I didn't notice.
Yeah.
That's some top-notch production.
So that's like the only like big mistake I saw. I don't know. I think we'll get back to like more action oriented films, but what else? Do you have any other flaws you saw in it, like that you would want fixed?
Yeah, the whole movie.
Yeah.
I did not like it.
No.
I will never watch this movie ever again. I will try to erase it from my memory. You know what this is? This is probably what John Malin thinks of Green Lantern.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I'm gonna go that far. To that extreme.
For those that don't know, Sean and I, we both work in the comic book industry. Our buddy John Malin, he's worked for Marvel Comics. He and I do a book called Graveyard Shift together. And John came down from Michigan to my house, and we went to Philadelphia Comic-Con together. And we all tabled next to each other. And it's the summer that Green Lantern came out. So afterwards, after one of the nights of the convention, we went to see Green Lantern, and I loved it. John hated it. And like if we ever do interviews and people ask him for a story about me, he'll always say, "Well, he liked Green Lantern," because he doesn't he can't fathom how I like that movie. But I don't know. I don't think I ever like I have a feeling whether I'm going to enjoy a movie before I even go to see it. And maybe I don't know, a movie would have to be like the absolute worst to change my mind. This didn't change my mind. I still liked it.
If you're happy, I'm happy.
Yeah. So we've been talking about this for almost 20 minutes. I don't really think.
Wow, that is way more than it deserves.
I don't think I can convince Sean to like this film. Oh, what do you think at the end? At the end, Dudekoff's character has an explosion go off in his face, and his eye is injured.
What happened? Like, what happened at the last scene where like he's all like better? I'm like, what the fuck?
So
And then,
after that scene, like they go to rescue villagers who have been under attack, and they're clearing the village, and Michael Dudikoff's just like clearing different huts and stuff, and he steps into one, and a bomb goes off right in his face, and he's screaming about his eye is injured. So prior to that, his sergeant was shot, and so he's at the military hospital visiting his sergeant, and he's all bandaged up. Dudikoff's face is all bandaged up. His eye, his whole head, practically.
he got fucked up.
Yeah. So yeah, and then just flash forwards. I guess to like weeks or months later, where the sergeant reached.
That's got to be a decade or two, because there was not a scratch on his face when they were together at the end.
No, I
That
think
must be a mutant.
I think he had a couple scars on his face.
Huh.
And there's another scene where I guess the first time he gets injured, he sets off a tripwire, and the mine goes off, and it just throws him, and he's screaming that he's on fire, like his skin's burning. You didn't like that? I thought that was great.
This movie sucked. What part of I thought this was hysterical. If you would have told me this was like a National Lampoon's movie, like Loaded Weapon, I would have been like, all right, I'm in it to win it.
Oh man, that's terrible.
No, this movie was terrible. I can't forgive the dude, and like the dude, I always pictured him as being Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe.
Oh wow, that's awesome casting.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But this, I'm gonna have to rethink that.
Man.
Maybe now like a red shirt from Star Trek.
Oh, come on.
Horrible.
Man, you have my mind racing now.
I hope he fired him after the release of this fucking film. Thank God he made American Ninja 2 and 4. Right? That's all I gotta say about that.
Oh man, I love the idea of Dudikoff being Snake Eyes. He would be perfect. He's like that silent, reluctant hero, the ass kicker. Man, he would have been perfect.
I know.
So next week, I'm gonna try to redeem myself and pick a movie that you like. Let me. All right. I know what we're gonna watch, although. I don't know. I feel like I should go for straight action because this next one's kind of a horror film.
A horror film?
Yeah.
What is it?
Midnight Ride, starring Mark Hamill and Michael Dudikoff. Yeah.
What's that? Is that the vampire one?
No. Mark Hamill plays like a psychotic killer who escapes from a mental institute and kidnaps Dudikoff's wife, and Dudikoff's a cop. So he's like on the chase after them the whole movie.
You know what? I'll give it a shot, but if it sucks, I'm quitting this show.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm kidding. Is it on YouTube?
Yeah.
I'm not paying for any of this shit. Like, I'm watching this? No. No.
I have the DVD, but yes, I checked before we started what I could recommend. So yes, it's on YouTube. I'll send you a link, and for people listening at home that want to watch next week's movie, just search Midnight Ride full movie. You can even put Dudikoff in there; it'll pop up. But before we go, Sean, where can people find you at?
Yeah, at Sean Aaron on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and then I'm going to be redoing my YouTube channel to Imaginary Tales Entertainment. I want to start new, funky, and fresh. And yeah, that's where you can find me.
All right, guys, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Coney Waves. Thanks for listening. If you like what you heard, don't let this Sean's opinions of this movie, sway you from listening to this show. Michael Dudikoff's a treasure, a great action film hero, and the next film's going to be better, and the one after that's going to be even better. But yeah, subscribe, hit the notifications, join us next week where I redeem myself, and Sean's going to be apologizing for the things he said about the dude this week. All right, guys, thanks for listening. Bye.